Artificial intelligence is, well, it's everywhere in our daily lives now, shaping recommendations, guiding public services.
Absolutely. The tech offers some clear benefits. No doubt about it.
But it also brings new concerns, big ones. How do we make sure AI serves us well, respects our safety, our fundamental rights?
And at the same time, how do we keep innovation moving forward? It's a balancing act.
Today, we're looking closely at the EU AI Act. It tries to strike that balance. Innovation alongside critical safeguards. Our deep dive uses the official EU legislative texts directly. So we're presenting the Act's specific rules.
Okay.
We'll cover three main things: the Act's core purpose, its impacts on businesses in different sectors, and what's crucial for you as a consumer to know.
Sounds good. So the Act's primary goal is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
It's about making sure AI systems used in the EU are trustworthy, safe, and respect fundamental rights.
Trustworthy and safe. Okay.
And it aims to unify the rules across all member states.
So no patchwork of different laws.
Exactly. Avoids market fragmentation, gives legal certainty. The whole approach is human-centric. AI should serve human well-being.
That sets the big picture. But what counts as an AI system under this Act? The definition must be important.
It is. An AI system is a machine-based system capable of inference.
Inference.
Inference means getting outputs, like predictions, content, decisions, based on data input. It shows the system learns, reasons, or models.
So it's not just following simple commands.
Right. These systems operate with different levels of autonomy. They adapt, they function alone, or sometimes they're part of a bigger product.
Got it. So systems that learn and adapt. And the Act's reach, how far does it go?
It applies to AI system providers and deployers inside the EU.
Okay, makes sense.
But it also extends to providers and deployers outside the EU, if their AI system's output is intended for use within the Union.
So you can't just operate from outside to avoid the rules if your AI affects people in the EU.
Correct. That closes a potential loophole.
Now, AI clearly brings economic benefits. Improved predictions, optimizing operations.
Personalized digital solutions, too. It touches so many areas.
Like which sectors?
Oh, healthcare, agriculture, education, energy, transport, public services, security, justice, even environmental protection. The Act wants to keep these benefits flowing, but with clear boundaries.
And those boundaries seem based on risk. The Act defines some practices as completely forbidden, doesn't it?
Yes, strictly prohibited.
What falls into that category? What's completely banned?
Okay, so AI that materially distorts human behavior is out. If it uses hidden techniques or exploits vulnerabilities, age, disability, social situation, leading to significant harm. Physical, psychological, financial harm.
So manipulative AI causing real damage.
Right. Also banned. Biometric categorization systems that try to deduce sensitive things like race, political opinions, religion, sexual orientation.
What else?
Untargeted scraping of facial images from the internet, from CCTV footage, just to build facial recognition databases. That's prohibited.
That's a big one.
Emotion recognition systems in workplaces or schools are banned too, with exceptions for specific medical or safety reasons.
Okay. Any others?
And finally, AI for risk assessments predicting criminal offenses if it's based only on profiling someone or their personality traits. That specific use is prohibited.
Those are very clear prohibitions. Beyond those, the Act talks about high-risk AI systems. They're allowed, but with strict rules. What defines high risk?
High-risk systems are those posing significant harm, potential harm to health, safety, or fundamental rights. Because of that potential, they face strict requirements.
So the potential for serious negative impact is the key. What are some examples? Where do we see these high-risk systems?
They show up across many sectors. Think safety components in products, AI in autonomous robots or medical diagnostic systems.
Critical applications.
Yes. Biometric systems used to identify people are high risk. Though simple verification, like unlocking your phone, is usually excluded. AI used in essential services counts too. Things like assessing eligibility for public assistance benefits, credit scoring, health or life insurance risk assessment, dispatching emergency services.
Areas with major life impact.
Definitely. In law enforcement, AI used to evaluate evidence reliability or assess the risk of someone offending again, not solely based on profiling as high risk. AI assisting judges with facts or law application also falls here.
It's clear these systems are involved in crucial decisions. What are the obligations for the companies providing these high-risk AI systems? Risk management seems central.
It is. Providers need a continuous risk management system. It has to identify, evaluate, and mitigate risks throughout the AI's entire lifecycle. Requires regular reviews, documented decisions. It's ongoing.
And the data these systems use must be high quality, I imagine.
Absolutely critical. Providers must use high-quality data, actively detect and correct biases, especially when dealing with sensitive personal data under strict safeguards.
How about transparency and keeping track of what the system does? Record keeping.
Providers need comprehensive technical documentation, and they must keep automatically generated logs for at least 6 months. This is for traceability, for monitoring.
And for the people or organizations using these systems, the deployers, they need clear instructions, right?
Yes. Providers must give clear instructions for use, explaining capabilities, limitations, foreseeable misuses, so deployers understand the tool they're working with.
Given the risks, human oversight must be built in somehow.
It must. Systems need to be designed for human oversight. The human operators need the competence, the authority to intervene, to stop the system if necessary.
So a human in the loop, or at least overseeing it.
Yes. And for some biometric systems making critical decisions, there's even a requirement for two-person verification.
Performance standards are also mentioned. Accuracy, robustness.
Correct. Systems need consistent performance, resilience against errors, faults, cyber attacks, protection against things like data poisoning or those adversarial examples designed to trick the AI.
And all this needs to be managed systematically.
Yes, through a quality management system, a documented system covering design, development, testing, data management, post-market monitoring. The requirements here are proportional, though, simpler for smaller companies.
What about after the system is out there? Is monitoring required?
Continuous monitoring, yes. Providers track performance, collect data, and they must report serious incidents, things like death, serious harm, disruption of critical infrastructure, or fundamental rights infringements.
How is compliance checked for these high-risk systems?
They undergo specific conformity assessment procedures. Sometimes this involves third-party assessors checking compliance with the Act.
And registration. I heard most high-risk systems need to be in an EU database.
That's right. It's mostly a publicly accessible EU database, though there's a secure non-public section for sensitive systems used in law enforcement, migration, asylum, and border control.
The Act also tackles newer types of AI, general-purpose AI models, GPAs, like the large language models many of us interact with now. What rules apply to them?
Providers of GPAs need to comply with EU copyright law. That means identifying and respecting rights reservations when trading their models.
Okay, copyright compliance. What else?
Then there are GPAs considered to have systemic risks.
Systemic risks. Like what?
These are models with, say, very high computational needs for training, or a huge number of parameters, or a significant market reach, maybe over 10,000 business users in the EU.
So the really big, influential models.
Precisely. They face extra obligations, model valuations, adversarial testing, ongoing risk mitigation, robust cybersecurity. Providers have to tell the new AI office if their model meets these systemic risk criteria.
With all these requirements, especially for high-risk systems, smaller businesses might struggle. Is there support for them?
Yes, member states are expected to support small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, including startups. Through guidance, priority access, often free to AI regulatory sandboxes to test things out. Help with standardization, certification, and microenterprises get simpler quality management system rules.
And if companies don't comply, what are the consequences?
Non-compliance can lead to substantial administrative fines. For using prohibited practices, it's up to 35 million euros, or 7% of their worldwide annual turnover, whichever is higher.
Serious penalties. Okay, that covers businesses. Let's shift to the consumer perspective. What does the EU AI Act mean for you? First, direct protection from harm.
Yes, the Act directly protects you from harmful AI. It prohibits systems designed to manipulate your behavior or exploit your vulnerabilities, and it bans categorization based on sensitive biometric data.
Transparency seems key, too, knowing when you're dealing with AI.
Right. You should be informed when you're interacting with an AI system, unless it's already obvious from the context.
And notification about biometric processing.
Yes, you should be notified if systems are processing your biometric data to infer emotions or categorize you by sex, age, ethnicity, for example.
The Act also mentions AI-generated content, deepfakes.
It does. There are obligations for detecting and labeling AI-generated or manipulated content, so you know what you're looking at.
Now, law enforcement use of biometrics is a sensitive area. Real-time facial scanning in public spaces.
Generally prohibited.
Generally, so there are exceptions.
Limited exceptions exist for specific serious crimes like kidnapping or terrorism or imminent threats. But these need prior judicial or administrative authorization. plus a fundamental rights impact assessment.
And crucially,
No adverse legal decision about you can rely solely on the output from these real-time biometric identification systems.
that's important. You also mention a right to explanation for consumers. When does that apply?
If a high-risk AI system's output is the main driver behind a decision that produces legal effects for you, or significantly helps your health, safety, or fundamental rights, then you have a right to a clear, meaningful explanation of how that decision was reached.
And if you think the Act's rules have been broken, what can you do?
You can lodge a complaint with the relevant National Market Surveillance Authority. There are also protections for whistleblowers, individuals who report infringements of the Act.
So wrapping up, the EU AI Act is this major effort to foster AI innovation while making sure safety and fundamental rights come first.
It's a complex framework trying to manage a fast-moving technology.
And this balance it tries to strike between tech progress and strong legal safeguards really shapes the digital future you'll be living in. It sets a global marker for AI regulation.